Hi guys, it's Allie, and I'm here today with a book review of the sequel to The Fifth Wave, The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey. So you guys haven't read The Fifth Wave, get on that because it's so good. It came out last year and I read it in the summer. It's like post-alien invasion, what led up to the invasion, and super crazy stuff that goes on. So they're pretty good, so I'd check that out if you haven't already. So, this was definitely like a big, highly anticipated book for fall 2015, so I was super pumped when it came out, and it came out September 17th, and I actually finished it like 2.5 weeks ago, which is a while ago. So first I'm gonna do a non-spoilery review of what I thought worked and what didn't work, and then if you haven't read the book, I'd suggest you leave because there's some pretty intense stuff that gets revealed in the second book. So The Infinite Sea was definitely more of an action-oriented book as opposed to the first one was more kind of dark, building up this tension of this alien-infested world and how it became the way it is, blah blah. And now, in The Infinite Sea, we have kind of the outcomes of the climax action that happened in the end of the Fifth Wave. So the beginning of The Infinite Sea, I'm just going to give you a little breakdown if you've read The Fifth Wave. You know that Evan has gone off somewhere and they don't know if he's dead, if he's alive, everyone thinks he's dead, but Cassie's like, he's alive. Cassie, Ringer, Zombie, her little brother, Teacup, everyone is band together and is hiding out in a hotel, basically, and Cassie insists that they be waiting on Evan because she firmly believes that he is alive, and everyone else is like, I don't know if he's alive, and how can you trust him? He's one of the others. This book starts out, the prologue is crazy. I got hooked right off the bat, and it really just dives head on back into the story. I really liked actually how this book was more told from Ringer's point of view, because she's kind of brought up in the Fifth Wave, but she's basically like essentially she's the main character in The Infinite Sea, and I really like her. Rick Yancey just has this awesome way of writing that he just builds you up and you get so excited and so enamored with the story, and he continues to do that and succeed in doing that in The Infinite Sea. So overall, this book was super exciting, super action-packed, a very different book logistically than The Fifth Wave, but good in and of itself. The writing was still there, and then we still have these awesome, really well-developed characters, and one of the best things that I think always works well in both these books is just this idea of where's the line between us and them? When do we cross it, and how often do we cross it, and how do we avoid it? Well, there's nothing else I can really say without giving away plot details, and trust me, there are a lot of things that I could give away. So bye if you haven't read the book. If you have read the book, stay and let's discuss. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the ending. What? So, this whole time, I'm like suspecting, like, why is this such a, as well as the characters are those characters are suspecting this too, but it's like, why are they being so personal in the way that they are killing off these people? Like, why is it such a personal vendetta type, like, horrid way they're killing? Like, putting the bombs in the children? What? That is the most horrible thing I think we've read in these books, and there's been a lot of awful things that we've read. This whole time, it's not the aliens killing each other, it's humans. I kind of was, in the back of my mind, I was wondering if maybe it was something like that, but I mean, what do you guys think? Is it like a trick by the government that they realize that humanity was screwed and so we're gonna wipe them all out? I mean, that seems really implausible to me. But so I'm wondering if aliens are involved somehow, but they didn't want to do the dirty work, so they made humans think that they are aliens by introducing that 12th system and making them superhuman. I mean, is that what this is? I don't know, and it was very unclear, and I think that was intended, but just when it happened, I sensed it when Ringer was having that conversation with Vosh at the end. I sensed it coming, but when it came, I just literally dropped my book. We'll have to wait and see to see what comes of that. I think there's still aliens involved. I don't think it's all the government. That would be a little hard to believe for me. Another thing, jumping back, Ringer and Razor. I don't know how I feel about that. So I guess Razor was you know, not, he was tricking her, so it's not really a thing, but I just didn't believe that whole, like, sudden romance thing. I'm voting for Ringer and Zombie. I'm holding out for that. My thoughts are just so jumbled. There's so many things that happen in this book. This book was super plot, whereas Fifth Wave was just like slow build up, which I liked about the Fifth Wave because it was just kind of unsettling. Whereas this one was just action, like things blowing up and stuff being crazy. What frustrated me is that, and I think some other people were bothered by this, no one dies, really. A lot of awful things happens to everyone, but then no one dies. I almost wanted Evan to die, which I know is bad because we're supposed to be like, Evan and Cassie, yay. I don't really care about that romantic side of them. I feel like it would just be so much more believable if Evan had died. I get that he survived the first time, that's okay, but the second time, really, it's like, he should be dead. There's so many traumatic things, like Teacup. I swore she was dead initially, but then, surprise JK, she's not dead, she's okay. Which is good because, you know, she's little and she shouldn't have to die, but still, like, what? Favorite scene was definitely, though, when they were all in the hotel and the aliens or the others or whatever were flying over and sent in that kid, and they're like, oh, there's a kid here. Why is the kid here? And when they all find out that there's a bomb in this kid, that's when you really, because you knew they were putting bombs in kids, but that's when it really comes in perspective where it's like, this is real. That scene was crazy. Like, oh my gosh, that was intense. Another thing that confused me is Vosh's need to have Ringer figure out what's going on. Like, why? So we know now, okay, so Vosh is human, or he's a superhuman, or is he, and I'm still a little confused about that whole ending thing, and I know that'll probably be cleared up in the last one, but why does he so badly need her to figure that out? Last thing I really liked, I don't know why about this book, was getting to see a little bit into Dumbo's life. Him never talking. I always thought he was an interesting character, so I really liked that we got to see into how he became silent or mute or what have you. And it was just, ugh, it's so awful seeing that disease and what it did to his parents and what it did to everyone's parents, really. So yeah, those are things that shocked me and surprised me and whatnot, but I want to know what surprised you guys and what shocked you guys. What were your favorite scenes? What characters do you like the most? What are you hoping to see in the next one? I am so excited for the next one and can't believe it's gonna be over. This series is so epic, so intense, and really quite unique. I really can't say I've read anything like it. So on the whole, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Keep on reading, guys. Bye!